Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur struggling to get web traffic that converts into paying clients? Stop wasting time and money. Discover how to position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche or industry. Infuse your wow website with the best unmarketing strategies and drive traffic to your website that converts to leads and clients. Listen to the Unmarket Your Business podcast today and watch as your ideal clients find you with ease. Let's head into the studio now with our hostess with the mostest, Carol J. Dunlop. Hey everyone, what's going on? How are you doing? Are you making it okay this far into January? I hope that you are. I hope that things are good with you. They're going like you thought they would. And because this is a brand new year, a brand new month. Everything's brand new. You know, new year, new you. It's time to do some new stuff. Forget about the old stuff. Forget about the things that you did not do yesterday, last week, even last month. And let's concentrate on the things that you're doing right now or that you're going to do. Today, I have a super special guest, and her name is Alexia Clements. Alexia, I think, is an old soul in a young body. And that girl is fired up, and will get you fired up about your brand. I love talking with her. We were talking about branding and all that, and you'll get to see that in just a couple of minutes, and you'll see what I'm talking about. She is super awesome. All right, starting today and running through Sunday, January 19th, you can access the Courses and Membership Summit. Why does that even apply to you? Because I'm in it. Yes, I am in it. I am doing, my presentation is about launching live, your live course, and then selling it recorded. And I go through the steps, the process, the platforms, everything you'll need to do and what you need to think about in order to launch your course live and then sell it recorded. And I should know because I have done several courses like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 and counting. 4 courses right now that are making the Authority Creators University, which is the new upgrade to the Unmarketing Academy. I'm so excited about it. I'm still working on that piece. So the Unmarketing Academy is still there, still going strong, but the Authority Creators University is I guess it's the next level. You know how you go to high school and then you go to college? This is the college part. All right. I was excited about it, but let me tell you about Courses and Membership Summit. It's a free online event, and it's packed with actionable insights from top experts, including the one and only me, myself, and I, that are going to help you create your first or your next course or membership with confidence, market and sell your existing offers like a pro, and turn your expertise into an impactful resource for your audience. I really had a great time putting this whole thing together, and I want you to go out there and register for it because guess what? It's totally free. And it's on today, the 15th through Sunday, the 19th, and you can get there by going to csicorporation.com/CM Summit. csicorporation.com/CM Summit. All right, it is tech time. And my technology that I'm promoting today in tech time is Canva. Canva is almost everything to me. When I first learned about it, it was a couple of years ago. When I first learned about it, I was like, what can Canva do for What can Canva do for me? You know, I'm an artist, I'm a graphic designer, I'm a web designer. You know, I don't need Canva. What does it do? It was in 2016 when I first heard of it. But then I put all that aside and I went on and checked it out, and it was good. I was like, okay, this is really good. But I only used it to create quick graphic design pieces. And Canva, you know, since I discovered it in 2016 and I started using the pro version, I want to say in 2021, somewhere along in there, it's just blown my mind what you can do. You can create videos with it. You can edit your videos. You can create motion graphics with it. You can make something move that doesn't usually move. It's amazing. I just totally love it. And I actually signed up for this course by, I think it's created by Wayne, and he goes deep diving into Canva and tells you exactly how to use it, how to set up, because Canva is confusing as well. But It is awesome, and I'm trying to get him on this podcast right now. So if y'all know, created by Wayne, he's a Canva expert, and he shows you, not just tell, but he shows you how you can use Canva to create animations, videos, everything. And he's got all the secrets. He has his course out, so I'm trying to get him on here. So y'all put that in the universe that I want him here. He's already accepted. He just hasn't done it yet. So everybody's busy and stuff. So Wayne, I am calling you. You need to get on here so we can help everyone with your awesome course. So there's a free and a paid version of Canva. I was using the free version, like I said, for several years. I wasn't really paying any attention. But when I figured out what you could do with the paid version, world of possibilities opened up for me, and I've been using it ever since. And you need to do it too. All you need to do is go to canva.com and sign up. You can sign up for free and you can upgrade anytime. But you're going to want to do that upgrade quicker, sooner than later, because the stuff that you get when you upgrade to the pro is much better than the other stuff that you get. All right, without any further ado, I'm bringing on our special guest, Alexia Clements, and I will see you on the other side. What's holding you back from hitting go on your marketing plan? Fear, being unsure, imposter syndrome, frustration? That stops now. What if I showed you how to reach your target audience and get them to buy? How to make social media marketing easy? How to understand the power of email marketing? And how to conquer your fear of putting yourself out there? What if I provided you with simple tools and techniques, easy to implement training that bring you clarity, and give you the expertise and the know-how to convert marketing into money? Hey there, I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and 6-time best-selling author. I teach purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you to convert marketing into money. If you're a purpose-driven entrepreneur who's ready to stop allowing fear and frustration to keep you stuck and instead embrace clarity, authority, and expert instruction to convert your marketing strategies into money in the bank, then you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. In the Academy, you'll take a deep dive into the tools, techniques, and trainings that helped me and my husband to sustain our successful business in spite of the 2008 recession, 2 major health crises, and of course, the pandemic. The Academy is about replacing expensive, frustrating, and overwhelming marketing practices with simple, easy to implement marketing resources that get you in front of your target audience and get you paid. This Academy is for purpose-driven entrepreneurs who crave simple marketing strategies, coaches who need real-life trainings to take the overwhelm out of marketing, small business owners who are ready to conquer their fear of putting themselves out there, service providers who want to use social media and email marketing effectively, action takers who are ready to go live without fear. Marketing your business successfully takes work and marketing. Without marketing, they don't know you exist. If you're ready to convert your marketing into money, you need to join the Unmarketing Academy. Join the Unmarketing Academy today by going to unmarketyourbusiness.com/join. All right. Well, hey, everybody. It's Carol J. Dunlop. I am back with another awesome guest. I think all my guests are awesome. Of course they are, because I vetted them before I even talked to them about being on here. So we have got something very important that we're going to be talking about today, and that's your branding. I met this young lady, Alexia Clements, in a coaching group that I'm in, Web Designer Pro, and she is totally awesome. She is young, y'all. She is really young. I started to ask her, are you out of kindergarten? But no, I'm kidding. But she is young, but she got her stuff together. So I can't, without any further ado, let me bring Alexia on here and let her tell us about yourself. Alexia, I'm so happy you're here.
Hi, Carol. I'm so happy to be here. I admire and look up to you and everything you've accomplished in your business. So I'm just super excited to be here on your podcast. And so I guess I should introduce myself.
Please.
My name is Alexia Lynn, and I own Visual Vibe Design Co. We help businesses connect and convert their audience through strategic brand and web design. We really focus on how we can connect and convert their audience.
I love that. And I love the fact that you are a designer as well. But what stuck out to me, because y'all know I don't do branding. I take the people after they get to the branding. So what stuck out to me is she did branding and design. I was like, I need to talk to her. I think within a couple of days of me joining that coaching program, group, community, it's all of the above. I was like, I got to reach out to her and get her on the podcast. And this was when I was first thinking about who can be on my podcast, because as y'all know, I don't have any competitors. I only have collaborators and friends and colleagues, and we can all do great things together. So Alexia, welcome. So glad that you're here. So now this podcast is about helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs to get, I'm going to cut this out. Let's bring this down. There we are. See my shirt some more. So this podcast is about helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs get more traffic to their website. And the question we always ask everyone is, Alexia, how do you get traffic to your website?
Yes. So you can get traffic through a myriad of ways, but you really need to focus on your brand and building your brand, because that's going to determine how you get traffic to your website. Such as if you're on social media, if that's where your customers are, then you'll want to create social media graphics with your branding to get them over to your website. As well as just on Google, if they search you up and they click your link on Google, and you have bad branding on your website, they're not going to stay. They're going to click off of there real quick.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us, since we're talking about this branding thing, in your opinion, what is bad branding?
I would say bad branding would be somebody just got a logo. They have a logo. The logo may not be bad. It may be a good logo, but they have no direction. They have no purpose. They don't know how to use their brand visuals, and they don't have a brand strategy usually. So they just have a logo and they just put it everywhere, but they don't know how to actually build and cultivate a brand that converts their target audience.
Oh, that's some good stuff right there. So now we're throwing that word out, brand, a lot. Can you explain to everybody listening, what is branding? Is it just your logo and your colors, or is it so much more than that?
I like to explain it as it's your entire vibe. So again, that's why I named my company Visual Vibe, because I love creating entire visual vibes for companies. But it's really the heart and soul of your business. It stems from your purpose, your mission, your visions, your values, how you show up, which is your branding, what people look at, how you make them feel, and how they can connect with you. That's how you build a brand.
Definitely. I love hearing that, because most people think, branding, it's just my logo. That's my brand. But, what is it that you stand for? What is it that you would die for or not die for? Or what is it that if you see it somewhere, you'd be like, oh, that's me all over. I look at that as branding too. Your voice, when we're doing websites and stuff, we think about the voice and the tone of how we're talking. Everybody's doing Chat GPT, Claude.ai, and all of this, and they're always asking, what tone are you talking in? And you may be looking at that like, what are you talking about? What is your tone? What is your brand tone? Are you funny? Are you sarcastic? Are you like real stupidy or something? What is it? Are you joyous? Are you a negative Nelly? So whatever you are, I say be that. What do you think about that?
Yes, I think that especially in today's day and age, it is so easy to get lost in the sea of different businesses. Now, it's easier than ever before to start a business, especially online. But what does that mean? That means there's going to be a lot of businesses. How can you differentiate yourself from the rest of the crowd? You can do that through branding and going full force with it, not just being another corporate and casual brand, but being like fun, inviting, exciting, like something people want to be a part of.
Right. And I also caution people about trying to copy somebody else's brand. Like, you and I are in that Web Designer Pro, and Josh is just thebomb.com. I'm actually going to have him as a guest on the podcast coming up. I can't wait to just talk to him, right? But I don't think, I have the Unmarketing Academy, which is a membership thing too. And I want to model my academy after the vibe that he has in his, but my vibe is totally different. I'm not him, so I can't be him. And I just want to caution people against trying to copy somebody else's brand and be just like them, because you got to just be you. Ain't nobody else like you, so be you, right?
Exactly. And you can only put on a mask for so long
Oh yeah.
before there starts to be disconnection. Because if you're
Hmm.
trying to be this person, but you're having to be that person every day and it's not really you, there's disconnect and people can see that. People can smell it out. They know when something's not genuine. So it's
Yeah.
best just to be yourself and embrace who you are and who your business is to your customer.
Yes, definitely. Now I mentioned, we're in this group together, and when I first met you, you were saying, "Well, I just launched my business,"
Yeah.
and then last week or this week, earlier this week,
Mhm.
you did this amazing. I have to give it to you. Bow
Thank
down for
you.
real. Amazing presentation about how you did your launch,
Mhm.
your brand, how that was in there, all these things you did. And I want you to just kind of say a little bit about it, for the people who are just launching, or maybe they're launching a product or a service, or they're launching anything. How
Mhm.
important is doing all those steps, getting all that together, really thinking about what you're doing before you put it out there?
Yes, it is super important. And that's one thing that even though I was just launching my business earlier this year, I knew the importance of branding and I knew the importance of making it exciting and fun. Like when
Hmm.
you launch something, you want people to be excited and fun about it and make shareable content so
Right.
that you can get more eyes on your business or on your launch. If you're launching a product or a service, you want all eyes on deck. So you need to make something fun and exciting and really give people the like curiosity and
Hmm.
anticipation of something, like really bring them into your world and make them a part of your launch.
True. I loved how you did that. And it was so simple. It was just
Yeah.
simple steps. I did this photo shoot. I took some pictures.
Mhm.
I put it online. I wanted, and how you thought through the process of, well, if I just put this picture, they may not look
Mhm.
at it. But if I put this picture with the balloons, oh, they
Yes.
may stop that scroll.
Yes.
So that was good. That was really good. I mean,
Thank you.
Josh kind of mentioned it. It was like, Carol, even you, who's been doing websites since 1994, I was like, thanks a lot, Josh.
He did call you out a little bit, but I think it was with
Yeah,
love.
it was. I took it with love. Like, yeah, yeah. Even I can learn. Old dog can learn some new tricks here, right? Right. Just be yourself. Make it something. If it's important to you,
Mhm.
people, it's going to be important to people who are watching it, who are reading it, or whatever. And
Yes.
that's what I wanted you to do with this website. I mean, with this podcast. It was so funny when I put out that first episode. I was like, Alexia, did you look at my branding?
Yes.
Do you approve? Do you see how I got my
Yes.
colors together and everything?
100%. I was like, I looked at it and I was like, dang, Carol, you did such a good job. I'm so
Thank
proud. So proud.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you have to think about things. If you enjoy it, people will enjoy it. And I wanted
Yes.
to make the podcast something that people are looking forward to listening to watching, that is,
Mhm.
getting those senses going, that I put things in that are going to benefit them. I think we all kind of want that with our business, but sometimes it gets, lost in that shuffle of, oh gosh, I got
Mhm.
to write these emails. I got to do this social media post. I got to do da, 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 da. So how do you keep all that together when you're thinking about your brand, when you're bringing out something new, when you're doing stuff? How do you keep that all from driving you crazy?
Yes. So a lot of that comes into play with brand strategy. And that's something I do
Mhm.
with all of my clients. I won't build a brand unless we have the strategy behind it. Because if I just make you a pretty logo and give you some colors,
Mhm.
you're not going to get the investment that actually matters. Like, which is
Right.
how to use those things,
Mhm.
why you need to use them in certain instances. So your brand strategy is like a roadmap that keeps you on the road instead of, oh, I'm going to come over here because this is the new shiny thing. And
Yeah.
maybe I should do that. No, we need to stay on deck. We need to follow
Mhm.
that navigation to what your actual goals are. Cause it's so easy to get bogged down with shiny object syndrome. And I want to try this.
Mhm.
Or I want to do that.
Mhm.
We, those things are great. Write them down and save them for later. You don't have to do them
Right.
right now, but see if you can work them into your brand strategy. But you need to have main goals that you're after. So if you get distracted, you need to get back on
Bring
point.
yourself back in.
Yeah,
All right,
really
come
bring
on
yourself
back.
back. Determine what's important to you in the long run in 5 to 10 years because those activities that you're doing now, if they're not going to get you to where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, then you're wasting your time.
Girl, say that again. I'm serious. I am serious. So that brings me to a question here. Why is branding important for business owners to pay attention to?
Branding is so important. And again, it's more than just the logo and the colors, the fonts, all the pretty stuff. It's more than that. It's really the substance of your brand and how people connect with you. because somebody could have the prettiest logo and the prettiest brand, but if they stand for nothing, if they don't have any values, if they don't have any personality, people
Hmm.
aren't going to connect with that. People
Right.
connect with people. And so if you
Yeah.
can humanize your brand, that's a great way to go. Don't just say, "Hey, Chat GPT, write me this, this prompt," and
Yeah.
say, "Oh," and then send that out in an email. That is not going to connect with anybody. Now you can use
Mm-mm.
Chat GPT for stuff, but really humanize it, make it your own. Put some of your own flair in there, your own story. People connect with stories a lot.
Yeah.
Storytelling marketing is like super hot right now, and it's because
Hmm.
people connect with it so well. So all of that is branding. Your whole personality, yes, your colors, yes, your fonts, but it's really the connection you make with your target audience. And I'll say that over and over again. Making connection is how you get your audience to convert into customers.
That is so true. And I always say, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. They don't
Yes.
buy from logos. They don't even buy from brand statements.
No.
They don't buy from, they look at a color, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy it. No, they buy from people, but you have to
Mhm.
embody what you're talking about, what you're thinking about, what you're planning to do. And then people are, excuse me, people are have inquiring minds and they want to know. They want to know,
Mhm.
like, if I get with you today to do my branding, and I want to change something tomorrow, are you going to be around? So
Yeah.
you got to, that's part of your branding too.
Mhm.
When I was talking to another one of our colleagues, Alexis,
Yeah.
there's a lot of y'all, Alexia, Alexis, Alexa,
Yeah.
Alexis. She was saying that she wanted to make sure that her people knew what kind of website she wanted to do.
Mhm.
And she included her clients in, like, look, this is what I do. Does this match with what you're doing? And
Mhm.
when we did that, the Women of Color web design, she told me a trick I didn't even know about. And I was like, put Black woman web designer on
Mhm.
your Google thing. And Alexia, you may not know this. You're a little bit young, but for a time, for Black people, we didn't
Mhm.
put Black people nothing on
Mhm.
anything because we were just like, we don't want people to know that we're Black
Mhm.
because then we won't get the business or people will turn away. But now we're like, Black, everything, Black, Black. I'm a Black woman. So it's like, live your truth, do your thing. And in the beginning, I said, she's young, but you have wisdom beyond your years. I'm going to tell you
Thank
that right
you.
now. You do. You have wisdom beyond your years. And I think you're going to go really far in your business because when I hear you talking, I'm like, God, oh, they were saying that like 20 years ago, and you coming out, it's fresh and it's real. So, girl, I'm telling you, I'm really, really impressed with you. I know that your business is going to do so very well. And I'm happy to know you at this stage because I can say, oh, I knew her when.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I loved your point. And I watched that episode, by the way. Great episode. Her
Thank
and
you.
Victoria, like
Mm-hmm.
they're both in our group. And so it was so nice to watch you guys talk and really relate on something. And
Yeah.
again, having that in like the Black woman web designer, if that's who you're attracting. You're trying to
Mm-hmm.
connect with your audience. That's a great
Exactly.
example of branding and positioning, really, is you're
Mm-hmm.
positioning yourself as that expert that can relate to other Black business owners. So, I
Right.
mean, I just think that that's a great relatability point.
Yeah, yeah, I did too. And I was like, oh, why wasn't I using that? But it's old
Mhm,
mindsets in this new world. Just like Josh was saying, you've been around since 1994. Yeah, but things have changed and you have to change with how things are changing. You can't just sit back and I'm just going to throw this out there. Like you're creating your website with Hot Dog. Hot Dog was a system like years ago before Front Page, and it was called Hot Dog. And you just can't be doing it. And Flash was like 20
mhm.
years ago. Everybody, when that came out, everybody was like, oh my God, let's use that. But you can't do that stuff now because it doesn't work in today's environment. You have
Mhm.
to stay up to date, and that's why your branding is so important. Another
Yes.
question that I wanted to ask you: how useful is branding for your business? Like, so I get this branding thing done, well, what can I do with it? What's going to happen?
Yes. So branding, and again, most people just think, oh, it's just a logo or colors or fonts. It's so much more than that, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
get the whole branding done. Now, of course, you can contact a logo designer and just get a logo if you're first starting
Mm-hmm.
out or you're not sure. Perfectly okay. I would even maybe recommend that if you don't have the
Yeah.
budget for a full brand. But once you really hone in your target audience, knowing who you're talking to and how, I mean, it goes as far as if you know your target audience and the people you want to talk to, you can create services based on that, or offers based on that, digital products based on that, based on how you can serve your customer. Well, how do you know your target audience? Through your brand strategy. So it's even that foundational step of knowing who you're talking to so that they can relate and convert into a customer. When you're making social media templates, if you have your brand done, you have your colors, your fonts and everything, you know what your stuff should look like, so it takes less time.
Right.
So it's all about this whole experience of creating a system that works for you. Again, what you say in your marketing, how you write the copy on your website, it all goes down into who you're talking to, what you can do to help them, and what you stand for as far as your personality.
And that is perfect. I love that. And y'all need to follow what she's saying, because she knows what she's talking about. Now, let me just tell you, because people are looking for something that's familiar.
Yeah.
You know, now today in this environment that we're in now, there's so many crazy things that's flying across the screen, you know, out in the open, in the wild, and people are coming up with all these crazy ideas. People want something that feels familiar, like apple pie. You know, if you say apple pie, you get this sense of the cinnamon and the apples, the flaky crust and all. That's what people want to know about you and your branding. They want to know. I always say that branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Yes, I love that.
Because, you know, you can talk all you want, you can say all you want, but how do people react to you when you don't know they're even talking about you? Do people promote you? Do they say, hey, you know, you got to go with Alexia. She is the bomb.com when it comes to branding, girls. Get your colors together and all of that. You know, what are they saying? So that's really branding. And then can they trust you? That's part of the branding too. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you can't do it for some reason, tell them you can't do it, or tell them, hey, this is delayed. Communication. Yeah. You can't just say, well, I ain't going to do it. And, you know, talk to him next week. And then somebody's sitting up there waiting for you to say, I thought you were going to do this. No, I just didn't. That is not going to help you. So that's part of branding as well. Doing what you say, you know, I think branding also is confidence in knowing what you're doing. Because I remember, Alexia, when you came out with your business, and then even since you launched your business, you have grown in confidence.
Yes.
Because I saw it. I saw it on the presentation that you did. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and don't do this right here. You're just wasting your time. And then you got to do this, and don't do that right there. That's just a waste of time. That's not going to get anybody anything. And I was like, oh, okay, I see you over there. I see you. So, and that's what happens, right? When you start doing it and you do it over. Oh, I don't want you to speak on this part. People think that if you do something once, you can't do it again. So then they're going to try something new. So then they want to do a whole thing all over again. What do you have to say about that? Sticking with something and doing it, following it through.
Yes, following it through is so important, as well as the more you do something, not only the better you get at it, the more confident you get at it, the more people, especially like online, the people that make the most money and their brands are the most well known say the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes.
Like, I can't stress that enough. It's again, like, for example, like Nike, they, and also it goes with the, not just what you're in the, what they say when you're in the room, but it's also the feeling that you sell. What is Nike selling? They're selling tennis shoes and stuff, but they're really at the core of their branding, they're selling a feeling of being active, of living in your dream body, in your lifestyle, being strong, being fearless. That's their brand. And so it so goes down to that.
It really does. It's like, that reminds me of that book by, is it Simon Sinek? What's your why? What's your why? You know, Apple, for instance, came out with the, what are those little pods, the iPod things, and you put this thing in your ear and you could walk around with these 1,000 songs. They didn't invent that technology. You know, someone else invented that technology. They just took and perfected it.
Yep.
Because the thing was, you see all these people, and I remember that, seeing all these people walking around with those long white things hanging down. They got their little ear pods in, they're listening to their iPod. And the other people who invented it, if I remember this correctly, they said, well, we got a thing that can hold 1,000 songs. Yeah, that's blah, right? Apple comes out and say, hey, you can listen to all your favorite songs as long as you want, when you want. Doesn't that sound good, right? All my songs, all my favorite songs, instead of you can listen to 1,000 songs. I don't even have 1,000 songs, but you really do. You just didn't know because your favorite songs could be 2,000, right?
Yes.
So
That
it
and
is.
that's such
Go
a
ahead.
great example of
Hmm.
not only branding, but positioning and
Yes.
finding the what is gonna make because again, if they were to say, "Oh, it holds, it holds this many,
Hmm.
gigabytes of data," or "It's got this you can download this many,"
Like, who cares?
people
Who
don't care about
cares?
that. People care about, "Can I listen to what I want when I want?"
Right.
And so had they positioned that so well to where people resonated with that and they're like, that's the actual reason of why I was buying it. I wasn't buying it because it's got all these specs and everything. I'm buying it
Hmm.
because I can listen to what I want when I want and it's
Right.
perfect.
Exactly. Exactly. And you hit on the reason why I wanted to redo my podcast because I had this podcast since 2017, right?
Mhm.
I premiered it when I brought my book out, and then I used a summit and a podcast to get the book to #1 international bestseller, right? So, and I just kept following that same thing because it was so popular. I just kept it going. And
Mhm.
then, I changed, and I talk about this in the very first episode that came out here. I think it was episode 159. And then I was like, I got tired of it. But when I came back, I had this renewed energy that I
Mhm.
wanted to put into the podcast and do these different things. Like I'm going to do some free coaching on it. I'm offering people, to be a guest. I'm bringing guests like you on here who know their stuff, who are confident, and who can help people get to the things they want that can make them successful. And then I have these other little pieces, like I'm like, get this book today and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about it. And that's what I want everyone to be excited about their business and their brand, just like you are, Alexia. I mean, from
Yes.
the first time I saw you, you were like excited. I'm launching my business. Look, I got these purple balloons and stuff,
Yeah.
my colors and stuff to just, you're infectious, with your excitement and stuff. And people want to work with that. They don't want to work with someone, um, how about today you want to
Yeah.
do a web, who wants that? I don't want that. So now,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so now I know that you have a challenge for the people out there. We talked about it before. What's this deep dive on your target audience? Tell us about that because this is a challenge for you out there in the audience to get just as much branding as you can done so you can start making money. Because it is
Yeah.
at the bottom line. Let's make some money, y'all. Let's make some money.
Exactly. And a lot of people are either confused or don't know their target audience. And I would say that
Mhm.
that is such a crucial part of your brand strategy
Oh,
is
yeah.
again, I mean, if you were just to break down your three pillars of brand strategy, it would be like your target audience, who you're selling to, your core offering or your services, and then
Hmm.
your positioning of like how you help them. So it all goes back to your target audience.
Hmm.
And what I would say is a lot of people are often scared of a target audience or they don't know how to do it properly. As you've heard, like niching down, or
Hmm.
there's all of
All
this,
that stuff is confusing. Niching
all of
down, bringing it up,
exactly.
expanding. What do I, you can imagine somebody who's just not even just very beginning of their business, but in the middle of their business, they're like offering a new product or a new service or whatever, because that branding and all that comes. They can use it. What we're going to talk about for that exact same thing. They're confused
Mhm.
about that. Do they want
Yes.
this? Or you wake up in the middle of the night, you have this God moment. Ta-da! You sit up in bed and you're like, I'm gonna create this thing and people are gonna love it. So you create this thing and nobody buys it and you wonder why. It's because
Yes.
you weren't doing what Alexia is about to tell you right now. So tell us all about it.
Yes. So before we get into the challenge, I want to reframe your mindset on your target audience, niching down, all of that. So a lot of people think that niching down or focusing on a target audience is like building a fence. It's
Mm-hmm.
you're only want to keep these people in and you want the rest of them to stay out. They
Mm-hmm.
think it's building a fence and a lot of people are like, "Well, I want more people to come in. I want people to resonate." I'm going to reframe your mindset. You're not building a fence, you're shining a flashlight.
Yes.
How
Yeah,
you
I
do that.
love that. Yes.
And when you shine that flashlight, you're shining a flashlight on the people that you want to work with to attract them to you. The other
Mm-hmm.
people are still there. There's no fence. The other people are still there, but you're just shining a spotlight on those people that you really want to work with, that you can solve their problem the best. Focus on those people and they will be attracted to you. Don't worry
Mm-hmm.
about the rest of the people. And again, people can come in and out of the flashlight, the flashlight lighting, depending
Right.
on where they are at in their business too, or what they need. So you're never building a fence. You're
Mm-hmm.
only shining a spotlight on what they actually need. So with that said, I do have the challenge of doing a deep dive on your target audience, because this is going to influence everything else you do, from your logos, your colors, how you talk to your target audience, how you speak, how you show up, how you position yourself. So we're going to start with the demographics. And this is basically you're creating an avatar of a person so that
Mm-hmm.
when you go and do your marketing, you can talk directly to that person. So you know that you
Right.
can solve their problems, that they can relate and then convert into being your customer.
Relate and convert. Oh,
Yes.
we gotta, you need to do something on that. Relate and convert. Yes, yes.
Yes. So the number one, you're going to find your demographics. And again, you can find information like this online or research it on exactly what you need, but it's going to be things like your age, their location, their occupation, all of those things, where they're located, how much they make, all of that stuff. So that's like the base level. Then you're going to move to your psychographics, which is like how they think, what are their goals and desires, things of that nature. And then you're going to go where they hang out. So you know what your marketing strategies are. So for example, for like a plumber, I probably wouldn't put that much into social media, because when do you need a plumber? You need a plumber when something's gone wrong. So you're not
Mm-hmm.
following a plumber on social media. You're going to go to Google, and they need to be able to rank high on Google so that,
Yeah.
hey, this leak broke. I need a plumber now, ASAP. They're going to be typing that into Google to find the person that they need. So
That's a
again,
great point.
it
That is a
goes,
great point. I
yes,
love that. I love that.
it goes back
Yeah.
to where your target audience again. Another example, like a locksmith. Nobody's following a locksmith on social media, I'm pretty sure. But when they lock their keys in their car in the Walmart parking lot, and they're like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get to work? They're going to go on Google and try to find the first person that answers the phone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Let me interrupt you just 1 second, because I thought of something that a coach of mine told me years ago.
yeah.
Just imagine that you're climbing the side of a mountain. You're up there, and all of a sudden you get stuck. You have no way to get out of it. And you're like, oh my God, I'm stuck. And if I let go, I'm going to fall and die. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so off in the distance, you see somebody coming and they have a rope. And you know that if they give that rope to you, that rope could help save you. How much money would you pay them for that rope?
Ooh,
Exponential,
good.
right?
That is
Exponential,
good.
right? Yes, yes. That just came up in my brain. I just wanted to share it. That is how you know your audience. That is how you
Yes.
think, and especially when you think about pricing. All this is going to help you with your pricing and stuff. What would that person that's hanging on the edge of that cliff pay for that rope?
Yes. Oh,
All
that is
right, you
gold.
can continue.
Well, another example I was going to give as well is you have to think about, so my target audience usually is on Instagram. That's usually where my target audience is. They're usually not on LinkedIn, so I don't spend a lot of time there. Maybe they'll look up brand designers on Google, so I still need to be relevant there. But a lot of people, brand is an investment. It's not just I need my website fixed here, do it. Or I
Right.
need my logo done here, do it. It's not like one of those plumber type situations. So a lot of the time, people that are curious or know that they need their brand done will sit there and follow me on social media 3, 6 months, a year down the road. Watch how I work, watch my brand, see if they want to buy into my service through that. So I'm nurturing people there instead of on LinkedIn or instead of on Google. So it just depends on your business. So I'm really building that up as well. So it really depends. And again, if you know your target audience, you know their buying habits, how they relate, why they would buy something, why they would grab that rope, then you can really understand where you need to be and how you need to position yourself to them. So it all comes back to the target audience. I'll say it over and over and over again.
Over and over and over. Yes, ma'am. Target audience. Get to know them. They're your best friend.
Yes.
No, they really are. Because they're gonna buy from you or not buy from you, depending on what you do, where you are, all of that. And I just want to say this: money does not matter. Don't put money into this equation with branding and stuff, because it doesn't matter. Because somebody will buy Louis Vuitton shoes and they can't pay their rent. Come on.
Yeah. It's true. And again, you have to think of when you you do your branding and you do your website, it's an investment, which means that the person you choose should have that goal of making you money. So it's not just a quick design or, oh, I'm just going to get you up here. It's really taking that strategy and teaching your client how to use your brand, how to use your website to make money. It should be an investment, not a cost.
Exactly. Love that one. Okay. So we had, I think we got psychographics, demographics. We got pain points.
Yes. Pain points.
So I think there was 2 more.
Yes. We also did where they hang out. And then, of course, their habits and their goals, their desires. If you can bridge the gap between where your target audience wants to be, so what their goals are, and where they're at now, and there's a pain point in between there may be a few. But if you can solve as many pain points and get them closer, like if you can bridge that gap between where they are now and where they want to be and solve their problem, there you go. That is how they're going to buy your services.
Yeah. You got to prove to them. You got to show them. First of all, you got to show them that you know what their pain points are.
Yes.
And how do you do that? By telling them, by nudging them, by saying, do you feel like this? Have you experienced that? When you go to the store, does this happen? Whatever their scenarios are, you repeat it to them, because that's how you relate with people. That's how they relate with you, because the whole thing is about relating with them. Your brand has to relate. The colors have to relate. The tone has to relate. And if it doesn't relate with some people, that's okay. They're not your people. Don't worry about them that it doesn't relate with, because you're not shining a flashlight on them, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you bring a flashlight. Let's bring that back some. We don't want them.
Let's shine a different color over here.
Different color,
purple instead of blue.
Right. And you do this all without compromising yourself, your values, your mission, what you want to do and stuff. You don't change for them. You change because there's something better, or you want to do something else, but you don't change for people. Because I know when I first started out, I would just about do, you want a website? What do I need to do? Go stand on a ledge? You want me to jump off a building so I can get this website? No, I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm going to tell them, this is what you get. This is how it works. And this is the result you're going to have. You okay with that? Are you good? And they're like, no, I want to be able to, this is my number one pet peeve. I want to be able to text you, call you, email you 24/7 a day, and you're going to get back with me. Oh, fired. No, I'm not working with you.
That is a perfect segue to another thing. If you're having trouble finding your target audience, or you don't know, kind of think about, and this may be more for established businesses, but think about what are your top 5 clients that if you, or even your one client that you could say, if I could have 10 of you, I would love to work with 10 of you. Can I just get 10 more of you? Like, where are they hiding? Like, take that person, write down everything you know about them, their pain points, all of that. Then that's your target audience. That is taking the people that you already know you love to work with, that you can solve their problem, that's the best client, how they respond, how they work with you. They're like, no, let's do everything over email, like your process. I don't want to text and all that stuff. So find that person and make your target audience that person. And then there's more than one of them. Okay. There's a lot of people. I mean, how many people do we have in this world? Billions. So finding those top 10 or 15 people based on that one target audience and just getting the result for them, that's going to make magic, because it's going to attract more people to you that are like
them. Yes, definitely. I love that. One more thing I wanted to say, sometimes your target audience is you.
Yeah.
Where you were like 3 or 4 steps ago. Those are the people you can help. Now, not all the time, but most of us, especially coaches and stuff, most of us have come through something, done something, made something stronger, faster, better, or whatever. And now we're looking at the people who are struggling, and we're like, hey, I already did that. I can show you. Okay, so that's your target audience. And then you get in that mindset of, how are they feeling right now? What are they thinking about? What is their level of knowledge and confidence? And what it is, because it's you, So sometimes your people could be you and you're helping them. Your people could be totally different, but you still understand them, or you're working to understand them. And sometimes you just got to put stuff out there and just see what happens, because none of this, all this is kind of like, yes, we want this. Yes, we think we're doing this. But once the rubber hits the road, just like us, when we got to Mexico, we're like, hey, I love this. We're going to stay there. But we could have got to Mexico and said, oh no, we're getting out of here. And we almost did that a month in. We were like, are you sure? And so we're like, give it a little time. Okay, we're good. But sometimes, you start working with people and you find out, I don't want to work with these people. I don't like doing this, or I don't like doing that. My biz bestie, Nadine Mullins, and when she first got into, she was doing marketing as well. And when she first got out there, she noticed that she was attracting a lot of financial people, a lot of realtors, insurance people, and all of that. And she was like, oh, this is who I'm supposed to work with. And she started working with them. She was like, oh no, I don't like these people because they have too much regulation in their industry. I can't do certain things. So I don't like this. So then she went on to another audience. And the final thing I'd like to say as we kind of round this up, even if your target audience is who they are right now, you can change, or they can change, or within that niche, you can niche down even more and serve other people in there. So don't think that, oh gosh, I'm just dealing with these 65-year-old men who are looking for another career and I don't want to do this anymore. It's okay. It's okay. You're not a tree. You're not rooted down. You can go change and do something else. All right.
Yes, that is a perfect example of why having branding and a brand strategy is so important, because, and again, your business is meant to grow and evolve. It's not supposed to stay the same. I mean, if you look at Apple's logo from when they first started, it's almost unrecognizable to what it is now. It's supposed to grow and evolve over time. And that's a clear indicator. If you're attracting the wrong people to your business, to get some branding done, like at least do the brand strategy to see how you can implement that. It's a great sign. If you're not attracting the right people, you really need to look at your foundations and your strategy of like, why am I attracting this type of person? How am I showing up to where it's attracting them? It's like a moth to the light. Again, flashlight. Why are they attracted to you? And how can you take that light and shine it somewhere else to attract the people that you want to work with?
Or maybe a different color light. Maybe you're shining the white light and they want it blue. So they're just missing you. You never know. Oh, Alexia, you really are amazing. I mean, I'm more impressed with you now than I was before I even said something. And then even after your presentation, because girl, you know your stuff.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know your stuff for real. It's just like I'm sitting here listening to all the stuff that I learned for 20 years when I just could have zapped into this time zone and just talked to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. That makes me so happy. And I'm so glad that the listeners can also grab some of these pieces and implement them into their business too. I mean, it really,
it's important.
Yes,
it's
helping
important.
people is my number one priority. That's why I got into this business, is because I understand what it's like to go to a job like a 9 to 5 every morning, dreading waking up, hitting the alarm, hating going to work, and feeling like you're wasting not only your time, but your talents, your energy.
Yeah.
It's sucking the life out of you. So how can I help people out? I can help people by helping them with their brand and their web design so that they can grow their business, so they never have to go back to the office like that they can actually live a life that they love with their business. And so, I mean, that's who I am as a person. And if I can help as many people get there and live a life that they love waking up to, I mean, that is my goal right there. That's my
yes. Yes. I love it. And speaking of which, you got a little gift for us. Tell us all about this and tell people how they can get it.
Yes. So it is a brand vibe guide that I've put together. It's a free be on my website so that you can go there, and it goes over the different vibes. Of course, visual vibe. I love to incorporate brand vibes and build them to where people connect and resonate with them and then convert. And so this is a good starting point of figuring out like who your brand is to the people that you want to work with. It goes over some colors, some like feelings, like more of the feelings aspect of how you want your brand to appear and feel to people. It's just a little workbook that goes over some examples, and it's a great starting point for anybody that's confused or that doesn't quite know how to position their brand or kind of what colors they may need. It goes over all of that.
Good job. I love it. And let everyone know what's the best way that they can find you. You mentioned Instagram and stuff, but what's the best way if they want to connect with you online? How can they find you?
Yes, I would go to Visual Vibe Design com, and that is my website. Again, you can link off and go to Facebook from there. You can go to Instagram. I do have a LinkedIn, but I'm not that active on there.
That's okay.
So any of those would be great. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I've loved having you here. I know you have taught some people some good things, very simple and very easy to implement, things to think about. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a guest. And I'll see y'all later. Bye for now. Is your website ready for prime time? When your ideal prospects land on your website, do they see the true professional you are, or are they greeted by a site that's not quite ready for prime time? For 30 years, we've helped coaches and service providers transform their online presence into powerful client-attracting machines. As a premier website designers in the Atlanta area, we don't just build websites, we create conversion engines that work for you 24/7. Why choose CSI for your wow website? We're experts in authority marketing. We help you convert web visitors into paying clients with our proven unmarketing strategy. We offer complete protection. We'll work hard to keep your website safe from hackers and accessible to all. And we offer purpose-driven results, custom designed for coaches and service providers who want to make a real impact. If you're ready to make an impact with your website, download our free Wow Website Planner today. Inside this planner, it'll give you all the information you need to create your own Wow website. Whether you use us or someone else, you need a wow website that converts web visitors into paying clients. So go to csicorporation.com/planner right now and download the free wow website planner. All right, welcome back. Wasn't that interview wonderful, awesome, intriguing? And she knows her stuff, right? I'm serious. That girl knows her stuff. And now, guess what? We did this interview a couple of months ago. She is so booked up now that if you try to get with her, it's going to take you 2 months. I'm like, what? And she just lost her business in August. But that shows you what kind of plan she has, what kind of mind she has. So follow her, get to know her, and use her, because I will be using her as well for a lot of my branding stuff, because I just love what she does. My client spotlight today is Carmen Hodge. Carmen has been a client of mine since, I want to say, 2018, I believe, when she came to me because she was referred to me because she needed a website, because she was leaving her position as I think a financial retirement expert or something. And her and her husband were moving to Florida, and she still wanted to do her business, but she was kind of reinventing herself. I helped her with that. She actually helps people get their money straight for retirement. She does planning and saving, and she helps you execute the plan effectively. I just think she's so awesome. Her website is exactly what you would think about when you think about somebody that does finances, but it's not dry. It's very colorful, it's exciting, and she's not a dry person either. She's loads of personality, and I've loved having her as a client all these years, and she is still going strong and doing her thing. So hats off to you, Carmen. And you can reach her at her website, carmenmhodnet.com. That's Carmen M. Hodnet, and Hodnet has 2 T's on it. .com. So go check her out, especially if you're trying to save for retirement, plan for retirement, and you need help executing the plan. She can definitely help you, because when she told me about the plan her and her husband had, I was like, okay, I need to be doing some stuff. Hey there, would you like to be a guest on the Unmarket Your Business podcast? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Ready for your spotlight? Be on the lookout. All you need to do is be awesome by either being a client or letting me know you used, did, or followed the advice you heard right here on a previous episode. Post it on social media, and be sure to tag me at CSI Corporation and use the hashtag Best Unmarketing Strategy. Okay, now let's restate the challenge that Alexia gave us about branding. She wants you to take a deep dive into your target audience, your demographics, psychographics, pain points, goals, and desires, and then figure out where your audience hangs out, and then go get them. That's simple, right? So I always say you got to know who you're talking to, what keeps them up at night, and how you're going to help them. Alexia has this all down packed quickly And you can get, make sure you download her freebie that she's giving, the Brand Vibe Guide. That's awesome. So to recap what we were talking about, branding is really everything when it comes to how your business shows up. It truly is. It's more than just a logo or a color. It is everything. It is your voice, your tone, all of that. Good branding makes it easy to make a statement about your business and what you do. You want to be memorable. You want people to see, if you have a certain color you use, or a certain phrase you say, or your logo looks a certain way, or maybe it's just the way you work with your clients and the things that you do. That's branding. And like we said, good branding makes it easy to make a statement. And then finally, in the recap, branding makes it clear to your audience who you are, what you do, and how you help. And you can't get any clearer than that. Would you like to get free coaching from me? Simple. All you need to do is go to unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Now you need to go and get this book, Unmarket Your Business, and you can get it for free this Sunday. Why is that? Because this book is in the Bookmas giveaway event that started on January 10th and runs all the way to January 19th. Every single day, there's a free book offered and a free author tool or marketing tool offered on this. And you can sign up right now at bookmas.com. Just think of Christmas, put a book in there. Bookmas, MAS.com. Go sign up. Like I said, get a free book and a free author tool every day until January 31st. Now, if you missed the other days, she does have an upgrade. I think it's only $10 and you can get access to all those goodies. But look out for Unmarket Your Business, 10 ways for savvy entrepreneurs to stand out, stop struggling, and start profiting, which will be free on Sunday, January 19th. Make sure you get your copy. As we close out, I want to thank my special guest, Alexia Clements. Love you, girl. You're doing an awesome job. And get ready for the next episode, which is going to be me. And guess what I'm talking about? Virtual summits for the win. I've created and produced 15 summits for my clients and myself, and I've made money on all of them. I've got new clients from all of them, and I have expanded my brand and solidified my authority by using summits. And you just can't, I don't think you can sleep on the power of producing an expert summit to set your biz on fire. And I'm going to tell you how I do it in our next episode. So be sure to join me. And please if there's a like button around here, push that like button so people will know what's going on. I would love it if you were to leave a review because it does help us to spread the word. And if you found value in this episode or in any of the episodes that I've done so far, please review this episode on whatever podcast platform you're on and consider subscribing because I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. That's all I got for today. Thank you and bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Unmarket Your Business podcast. Heard something you want to take action on? Great. Check out the show notes on unmarketyourbusiness.com/podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Please do me a favor and leave a review or on whatever platform you use to access this podcast. It really helps us to spread the word and get this podcast in front of the entrepreneurs that need it. See you next episode.